Rated reaction is for mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
It's another beautiful day to be a raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions. It's just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman and a scholar. He'll point you in the right direction. He's a man of commerce, so don't leave him hanging. You're going to take a right and then a left. As you're strolling down the street, you're going to pass a deep, dark alley to your immediate right. As you stroll past, a cool breeze hits you that chills you straight to your skeletal core. Is it the autumn wind? You goddamn right. should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you'll find at the end is a special little place that we like to call Deep Behind the Enemy Line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday on Raider Reaction, it's the Raider Nation Report. With yours truly, the Commish, a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. And there's a lot to talk about. Now, I have to ask you a special little favor tonight, Raider Nation. If you're watching, hit the share button for me. Throw the show out there into the Raider groups. It appears the Facebook man is trying to hold me down and is shutting down some of our faculties. So, if you would be so kind as to the share button if you're watching, invite a friend. Thank you. And as always, those of you that are here with me, thank you, each and every one of you. I always appreciate any second you spend with us on Raider Reaction. New and old, our band of pirates, thank you. So let's get into it. It was the final day of the 2018 John Gruden moving sale. I can't take all this shit with me. It's gotta go. Can't take all this shit. Over here, I got a gently used Bruce Irvin, number 51. Gently used. Likes to get freaky after games. I'll make a deal. He does got a ring. He comes from a team who at one point was doing something. We were supposed to be his last, but he's got a little tread on the tires. You might be able to get another year or two out of him. Come on. I can't take all this shit with me. No, I can't get a buyer on a Bruce Irvin, a gently used Bruce Irvin. So unfortunately, that's how the John Gruden moving sale for 2018 happened. Now the fire sale is about to go down in the off season. That shit's about to get crazy. Yeah. T-Courts brings up another one. Rogers Cromartie would just as soon, instead of wait for the guillotine to come, he's like, fuck it, I'm out. I retire. This ain't what I signed on for. I was sold a bad bill of goods for this shit. This is not what I signed on for. I retire. I'm done. I don't want to be a part of this. See, he walks. It's... Right now, this team, this season is just, it's something else, what's going down. James Cowser's pulled up from the practice squad. He replaces Rogers Cromartie on the roster. Just interesting. There were some big moves on the trade block today, none of which really involved us, but some of which made other trades that have happened recently, make me a little slight chuckle. You've got Demaryius Thomas gets moved to Denver. You see Golden Tate get moved, and all of these, none of these guys are for a first round pick. Now, Demaryius Thomas is a very capable wide receiver for his age. He's got several years left in him. He's the guy's got rings. He's top flight NFL wide receiver. He ain't dropping balls right and left like Amari Cooper. It's a somewhat of a fleecing that we got a first round pick for Amari Cooper. It really is. Hey, I love it. Now, anytime that we can gain something and stick it to the Cowboys at the same time, that's a win-win. So I'm all good with it. But when you see what other teams got for wide receivers with much better pedigree and statistical background than Amari Cooper, just makes it look like even better deal for us. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, no action coming down to the wire on the trade deadline out of Raiders headquarters. Like I said, John Gruden was out there, man. He was putting it out there. He was working his fucking Barnum Bailey out. I got a Bruce Irvin, gently used. Make me an offer. Make me an offer. What? Come on, I've got to have something you need. Come on. Got to have something. Need a backup tight end? O-line? What do you need? I give you Reggie Nelson. He can cut your lawn. What do you need? But we didn't part with nothing else. And trade deadline has come and passed. Now what does that mean? Probably the biggest thing, puts to bed a lot of rumors that were flying around about Derek Carr going to the Giants, Derek Carr going to the Jaguars. Just a bunch of asinine rumors. You know that. Damn! That's cold. I'm sorry, I missed the name as it rolled by, but that was cold, man. Somebody said Bruce, he gets a Craigslist ad. Ooh, bro. That's savage, man. That's savage. Oh, damn. That's got comment of the night so far. Nice work. Oh. You know it's a good comment when it makes me totally lose train of thought, and that's a good one. That's a good one. But it puts to bed all of the rumors of Derek Carr getting traded, Derek Carr not being the quarterback that is going to carry us through the 2018 season. Derek Carr is full on, deep, knee deep in the audition to be John Gruden's starting quarterback. If Derek Carr does not... Listen, if you think that our starting quarterback, DC4, is at any point in this season tanking or losing on purpose, you've lost your goddamn mind. Do you not realize that he is auditioning for John Gruden? That is what he is doing right now. If you don't think he wants to go out there and win, regardless of the roster that is around him, regardless of the talent that is around him, he wants to go out there and win. If you can't see that by what you saw last game, he still need to give a little more. It's unfortunate because of the defense he's got on the other side of the ball. He's got to give a little more. You can't finish weak. He played strong through 2/3 of the game. Unfortunately, those 2/3 was the big chunk in the middle. And the beginning and the end weren't that great. Weak at the beginning, very weak at the end. Hardly any yards in the fourth quarter. Could not sustain anything and couldn't keep it going. So that's got to fall somewhat on the quarterback. But it's a team sport, so there's blame for everybody. Y'all can get some blame, some for everybody. Coaches get some blame. DC gets some blame. Line, receivers, everybody. Defense gets a shitload of blame. But that puts to bed all the rumors that Derek Carr is not going to be our quarterback for 2018. He's here to stay. But he is absolutely auditioning for John Gruden because with 3 first-round draft picks, if you don't think he'd make a move to bring in a quarterback, to draft somebody, I don't know who the guy that you would have pegged to be your franchise quarterback out of what's coming out in the 2018 draft. I don't know who that would be. I don't know who you would have pegged for that. But the realization, and I see a lot of, man, we got 3 first-round picks. Woo! 3 first-round picks. Woo! We're going to blow it up next year because we got 3 first-round picks. Now, what you have is magic beans. That's what you have. You have 3 magic beans. Now, you hope these magic beans, when they grow, turn out to be everything that you hope they would be. But they can turn out to be this guy. Just as easily. So, for every Khalil Mack, for every Derek Carr that you find in the draft, you're going to get a lot more Jawalrus Russells, Ryan Leafs, guys that play a year and then kind of flash out. The fact that we have 3 first-round picks for the 2018 draft currently, or excuse me, the 2019 draft. Do you honestly think we're going to pull 3 top-flight, number 1 starting talents for long-term careers in the NFL out of the first round of the 2018 draft? Do you understand what the percentages and probabilities of that happening are? It's not good. You know, I'd have to get into all the math and shit, but you know, we ain't got time for all that. And I have to take my shoes off, and it just take too long. But it's the percentage that you hit on a first round pick at all, a guy that sticks with the team, a guy that actually is productive for the team for years and years to come, that percentage is incredibly low. The fact that you would hit on 2, even lower. The fact you would hit on 3, that shit's getting astronomical. That's like lottery numbers now. There's not that many drafts, period, in the NFL that have a first round that end up fruiting a Hall of Fame type talent, or Defensive Player of the Year type talent, MVP type talent that is a transcending talent that's going to bring your team to the promised land that you're hoping to bring it to. There's only so many drafts in the history of the NFL that has even happened, let alone ones that are going to hit. You have these draft picks. Like I said, there's not even a draft typically that has that many Hall of Famers, and we're expecting it all for one team. All for one team. We're gonna hit all 3 of the. We're gonna pull aces on every one. I mean, I hope. But the probability of that and the reality of that is unrealistic. Will 1 be a hit? Maybe 2? Where are we going? You assume 1 has to be a wide receiver. Do you go linebacker? Oh, Bill. Oh my God. A kicker and a long snapper in the first round? Bill, you must have lost your goddamn mind. I don't know what you're into, Bill, but you better share. I would not be surprised to possibly see a kicker, but not a long snapper. With 3 number 1 picks, I wouldn't be surprised if he's gotten a kicker that he's absolutely enamored with. But I think that's a waste of a draft pick, because there are veteran kickers that are going to be on the market in the offseason. There's a fairly long list of them. And you can bring in a veteran kicker for a couple $1 million a season and get a serviceable guy for a year. We don't need the next Janikowski. You don't have to have that. I'm just giving you shit, Bill. You don't have to have that. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because you got to think wide receiver, possibly D-line again. Is there a corner that excites John Gruden? Linebacker? We just went O-line, so you know he's not going to be looking O-line, not in the first round. Just did that this season. I don't see a quarterback in the 2019 draft. Oh, here we go with the Bosa. Somebody had to throw it out there. I was waiting to see who the first guy was going to be. Bosa. Are you that excited about him? Is he really all of that? Is he going to be this transcendent player that everybody's... Now, I agree. It doesn't have to be Hall of Fame players. True. But you've got to look at what you gave up for one of those picks was Khalil Mack, who is, I'm sorry, he's a transcendent possible player. He's a defensive player of the year. He's an MVP type. So with one of those 3 picks, you got to pull something like that out. So you've already raised the level of what you need to get back for what you've given up. You didn't want to pay him, but you need that kind of talent. So you're gambling on yourself that you're able to reproduce that kind of talent in the draft. That's what you're gambling on. John Gruden is gambling on himself that, fuck it, I can get another Mac. Come on. John Gruden believes he is the smartest man in the room. There's not a lot of room for a whole lot of other people when John Gruden and his ego walks into a room. So, he's fairly certain that he will make the proper selections. I'm sure if you ask him, he'll tell you. But will he? I don't see quarterback. I see Derek Carr auditioning this year. If John Gruden likes what he sees, DC's our quarterback in 2019. If he does not like what he sees after that, he will have a new quarterback by 2020 for Las Vegas. That's a promise. DC, by playing well the rest of this season, can buy himself the 2019 season. Because I don't see that quarterback in the 2018 draft that's going to be that guy, that franchise quarterback that's going to propel your franchise. I just don't. Is there a guy that Gruden's got his eye on that's coming out in 19? Is he looking far enough ahead to 2020? Is he got a young quarterback that he wants to bring in? You know, something crazy. Like, you know, Jesus Christ, he went out and got Doug Martin, fell in love with that guy for some reason, thought he was going to be, you know, some fix. And don't tell me, oh, he was doing good until he fumbled. Yeah. Sure he was. Doug Martin's like an old tire. You knew it was going to blow sometime. Just made it almost all the way there. Nick Foles. That's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, Matt. Nick Foles. Throws out Nick Foles. To me, Nick Foles is Jeff Hostetler 2.0. He's the guy that got given the reins literally right at the end of the season, and you caught him when he was hot. Not going to discount what he did. The guy played well when he was given the turn, but he's not the guy that led him all the way through. Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, so's Timmy fucking Smith. You know, there's a lot of guys who were, Super Bowl MVPs. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything. We've went and signed guys strictly for the fact they were Super Bowl MVPs. You know, what was it? The Cowboys D-back that we went and signed. Who was that? Freaking Larry Brown or that we went and signed. We went and signed guys. Desmond Howard. We went and signed guys just because they've had a little flash. And got a Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl MVP is great, but it's one game. We're looking for a guy that's going to be able to sustain us through an entire season and get us to a Super Bowl. He has not proved he can do that. He proved in one season he could go on a few game run and look really, really great and get it done. But not over an entire season and a playoffs and the grueling and the physical and mental endurance it takes to grind through an NFL season start to finish and be successful and come out on top. He's never done that. So I don't know if I hold Nick Foles up as high as some others would. So to me, I'm not really not interested in Nick Foles. I'm not. I wonder if Gruden sees something a little bit in A.J. McCarron, and maybe that's why he brought him in. And I'm wondering if this season continues down this path, do we see some starts out of the backup? Because why start Carr every game? He is your $125 million man. Why start him every game and a season that is completely gone and lost, obviously a full rebuild? Why have him out there at the end of the season in meaningless games when there's nothing to play for? Don't you want to see what the other kids got? You wonder what ultimately his mindset is for a quarterback. For his franchise quarterback. I mean, he's got a decade here in the silver and black if he wants it. A decade. Is he thinking right now the guy that he wants to align himself with for his entire career? If you don't think he wants that Brady Belichick, he wants that Walsh Montana, he wants that quarterback coach, long term, just continued winning, playoffs every year, division crowns year after year. That's what he wants. Now, man, he stood there and he told us everything we wanted to hear. The reason I'm coming here, I got Derek Carr, I already got my quarterback in place. Come on, I got Khalil Mack. He stood up there and fed us all a line of shit about a whole bunch of stuff. When, he was planning to have the John Gruden moving sale, I can't take all this shit with me. All along. So did he come here with Carr in his plan? Or did he come here to find his own quarterback that's going to take him through his tenure as the Raiders head coach? It's an interesting question. It's an interesting question. John Gruden didn't sign off on the $125 million contract. Jack Del Rio did. He was Jack Del Rio's quarterback for the future. No, not even Jack Del Rio's quarterback for the future. He just got him. It wasn't his quarterback. He didn't draft him. It's interesting. When you really think about it, it's interesting. You don't know. You don't know, because if this season hasn't proved something to you by now, that you have no idea what the hell John Gruden is going to do with this team. You have no idea. I told everybody there was a good possibility Amari Cooper was just going to get traded over that 2-week bye period. Everybody told me I was goddamn crazy. And then it happens, and everybody loses their mind. You know, you saw the rumors everywhere. The writing was on the wall. The Cowboys needed a wide receiver. Jerry Jones is, he's a half crock of a GM. And you knew he was going to make some crazy deal to pull somebody in. And he brings in Amari Cooper, who's as advertised, Jerry says, which I think is freaking hilarious. What does that even mean, as advertised? Amari Cooper's as advertised. What? He drops a lot of fucking balls? Yeah, no shit. That's as advertised. He underperforms. He disappears every other game. You got to put out wanted posters for him. See his face on milk cartons every other Sunday. Yeah, that's as advertised. You go ahead. You can have that, Jer. And we'll take that number 1 pick, sucker. When others are paying second and thirds for Golden Tate and Demaryius Thomas. Hell, paying wage. You got weed smoking Josh Gordon on the cheap. Cheap. Hell, I'd almost take him over Cooper. At least he's got consistent hands. I wanted Amari Cooper to be that guy, but he just ain't that guy. He just ain't that guy. As much as we all wanted him to be, Coop was sporadic at best. He was my fantasy football wide receiver for seasons as a keeper, because I had Derek Carr, and I kept hoping you get that double dip. Get that quarterback, number 1 wide receiver, get that AC/DC clicking. I had that one season, and it was as much Crabtree as it was him that season. I just kept waiting, and so what? I done traded his ass already this season too. I'm on the same wavelength with John Gruden on that one. Sucker ain't put up even 50 fantasy points yet. He's gone, sucker. Gone! And you're healthy. What the hell? Insane. Freaking insane. I would take Josh Gordon in a second over Amari Cooper. In a second. Josh Gordon, before he left the league, was one of the best wide receivers in the damn league. That kid was a talent. Couldn't put down the weed, unfortunately for him. And he missed out. I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining me. As always, thank you for joining me, our band of pirates. We appreciate all of you who stop in with us here on Raider Reaction. We've got some freshness coming up for you the rest of the week, because the month of November is upon us. And we are thankful for each and every one of you that hang out with us, that stop by the page, who leave your opinion, who banter with us, who drop your memes, who leave visitor posts, who follow us on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube. We're thankful for each and every one of you. And in the month of November, we want to give back a little, because we are a Raider fan page. The team sucks, but we're all still here because we all love the team and we love the silver and black. And it's Raider Nation for life, and that's just what it is. And we all need a place to vent, so we've all still got here after the game. We can all be pissed off together. But in the month of November, we're going to start giving back a little bit, and we've got 2 raffles coming up this week. Tomorrow, I will post all of the information about the raffle we are going to have pre-game of the Thursday night game against the Niners. About an hour before kickoff, we are going to go live with a Reaction Shop raffle. All of the items are either going to be $1 or $3 raffle ticket items, And we're also going to raffle some items off just free to those of you that are watching at the time. So make sure you tune in about right an hour before kickoff. We'll post all of the information tomorrow about how you can get your raffle tickets. The raffle tickets will be sold live right through our PayPal account right up until the second each item is raffled off. So tune in for that. Thursday before the game, of course, we'll be live for our halftime show as well as our live post-game reaction. Tomorrow night, Prime is in the house as we will get caught back up and roll through all of our picks for this coming week. And then, of course, Friday is Black Friday. And then since we don't have a game on Sunday, we thought, what the hell? Why not do another Reaction Shop raffle that evening? So Sunday night, we're going to have another Reaction Shop raffle and give away some more vintage Raiders memorabilia, more Raider Reaction gear. All, again, just going to be $1 or $3 raffle ticket items. And we're going to give away some free stuff to just those watching as well. So Thursday, you got a raffle. Sunday, you got a raffle. So remember that. But the biggest thing is we put together the biggest prize pack that we've ever had for Raider Reaction. It's some one-of-a-kind stuff, some vintage stuff. We've got a vintage Jim Otto card from like 1971, I believe. We got some old school Howie Long cards, some old school Tim Brown cards. We got a shirt still in the plastic. It's a Nike dry fit shirt that was given to me personally by Derek Carr at the AFC Pro Bowl practice right before he lit it up at the Pro Bowl this season. It's going to come with a nice certificate, describing it and all of that. So, you got some, what is it? The Bo Jackson plaque is in there as well. You got black and gray Raider Reaction shirts, Raider Reaction bracelets. We got some Raider patches, stickers. Man, it'll be a mad, crazy box of silver and black swag. And we're going to announce that contest November 1st. That's our Thanksgiving month of November contest. Our way of giving back to you. We are going to start the contest, dropping all the details November 1st of how you can get your entry at no cost. This is a contest, just costs you nothing. There's no raffle tickets, no nothing for this one. You just got to earn your entry to get into the gigantic raffle that we're going to draw the winner on Thanksgiving Day. Between the first game and the second game, middle of the day, while y'all hanging out, Raider Reaction is going to pop on live. We're going to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and we're going to pull a winner for the biggest Raider Reaction prize pack we've ever put out. And it's for our month of Thanksgiving contest. You will have several ways to get your name into the raffle throughout the month, between the 1st and Thanksgiving. There will be several ways. And if you're watching the page, you're watching the shows, just a hint. If you make sure you watch every Tuesday, the Raider Nation Report, you're going to get some extra special chances to get your names in there. So, that's just a hint for those of you watching tonight. Every Raider Nation Report, between now and Thanksgiving, just saying, wink, wink. So, on November 1st, we're going to drop the details of the contest. And at that time, everybody will be able to go out and get yourself that one entry that'll get your name in the raffle. But through the rest of the month, we're going to be dropping crazy opportunities to get like 10 more of your name thrown in the raffle, 20 more of your name thrown in the raffle, 5 more of your name thrown in the raffle throughout the month by being able, I can't tell you yet, that would be no fun because I'm not going to tell you what some of it is. You just got to tune into the show and you'll be able to get an opportunity to get in there. So, but it's going to be a big kick-ass prize pack, and that's just our little way of saying thank you. We are almost at 800 followers on our Twitter, almost at 500 followers on our Instagram, and creeping up on 31,000 followers on our Facebook page. And we thank each and every damn one of you. Each and every one of you. 100%, completely, each and every one of you. Jawalrus says thank you. And where's the fucking purple drink? And somebody asked, how do you get some Raider Reaction swag? If you want to get a Raider Reaction fan pack, we've got the fan packs, the deluxe and the standard edition. All you got to do is go to the Raider Reaction page, click on the shop tab. It'll take you right to the Reaction shop. We've got all kinds of vintage NFL memorabilia in there, all the teams. I've got so much shit that I got to put in that shop still that I haven't got in there. You guys would be amazed at all the vintage stuff that I have that I haven't even busted out. Oh my God, I got so much stuff. But I need to put some more stuff in there. But the Raider Reaction shirts that we have currently, which is our black shirt and the gray shirt, as well as it comes with Raider Reaction bracelets and some vintage Raider memorabilia. Depending on which fan pack you can get the deluxe or the standard. But go check it out. It's you can pay securely. The pay tab takes you right to our secure PayPal page, and you can get your Raider Reaction swag. Or you can tune into the raffle on Thursday and try to win you some. Or tune into the raffle on Sunday and try to win you some. Or make sure you're watching the page on the 1st when we drop the other big contest info for the month of November. But it's going to be an awesome month. It's going to be an awesome week. And unfortunately, our team is we're busters this season. And it sucks. Sucks. But let's get into some actual news. What's going on? Kelechi Osemele is practicing today. He's looking close to playing against the 49ers. That is the goal, and we really, really need him. The offensive line looked good against the Colts. You plug Osemele back in there, and all of a sudden, that is a solid top-flight offensive line again against a team that is not that damn good. I'm starting Derek Carr this week in my fantasy. I'm not going to get good. I'm going out on a fucking limb or nothing. My Andy Dalton's on bye, so I have a really choice but to start Derek Carr. But I am starting Derek Carr in fantasy this week, and I expect him to have a good game statistically against the 49ers. We've seen what he did against the Colts. The 49ers are a comparable team, and I think he does well against the 49ers this week. I think we get our second win. And then we got to come home and deal with the Chargers, who unfortunately look like they're hitting on a little steadier rhythm than we are currently. It's not much of a stretch. It's just not, unfortunately. Hate to say it. They're looking good for the regular season. Of course, they will piss down their leg if they happen to make the playoffs, and I'd put money on that. I'll put money on that. On Phillip Quivers and his bolo tie pissing down his leg in the playoffs. Damn straight. I'll put money on that every time. That's why you're on the kitty table, you sparkling bastards. And you'll always be there. So, Osemele's back. We touched on it earlier. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie decides, instead of dealing with this shit show that is the 2018 Oakland Raiders, he would just as soon retire. I'll call it a career. See ya! I'm out of here. He's done. Goodbye. Sayonara. We tried to peddle Bruce Irvin. Nobody wanted him. He's ended up on the curb at the end of the season with a twist tie, sitting right next to Doug Martin's ass. Like, man. Take this out, please. This stinks. Doug Martin should have been taken out a while ago. That expiration date, it's done past quite some time ago. Why? I don't understand the Doug Martin thing. I don't understand. I knew it was coming. Something bad was going to happen. I knew it the whole goddamn time. I just had it in my gut. I was just like, huh. I was thinking the same thing as everybody else. I was watching the game. I'm just like, wow, he's looking all right. I'm shocked. And then, I'll just carry the ball with one arm through the line. How'd that work out? How'd that work out for you? Well, it didn't. He puts the ball on the ground. So I really, really hope that I get to see some DeAndre Washington this week. DeAndre Washington, I thought was going to get the call over Jalen Richard when we were talking in training camp and in preseason. I really thought he was going to be the guy, but then he got the injury and that shelved him. Shelved him in the preseason, and he's back now. He's healthy. He got in for a couple snaps. What did he end up with? 4 yards, I think, in the game on Sunday. And I think that was to just get out there. We want to run you a couple plays in live action. Have you get hit. Make sure you're all right. Next week, we're going to run you. And I hope that's where we're at. I want to see him run this kid. I want to see him get out there. Jalen Richard, for all the knocks that I had on Jalen Richard last season, which is putting the damn ball on the ground too much, he fixed him. He's fixed him, man. He has not put the ball on the ground. He has been one of the bright spots that we've had on offense all season. He's been one of the consistent guys, just like Jared Cook. So I got nothing bad to say about Jalen Richard and the way he's performed. Now I want to see DeAndre Washington plugged in back there with him. Mix those guys up. I don't need to see. Bless me. Excuse me. I don't need to see Doug Martin again. I've seen all I need to see out of Doug Martin. I've seen the ceiling for Doug Martin. You're never going to see anything better than what you've already seen, and you're never going to see him that good again. You've seen the best you'll ever get. Maybe you haven't quite seen the best you're ever going to see out of DeAndre Washington or Jalen Richard. Maybe they've got just a little more if somebody can get it out of them. But you've seen the best you're ever going to see out of Doug Martin. Right now, Doug Martin is a used tire, and you're trying to see how much you can get out of him. But you know it's going to blow at some time. And do you really want to put your family's safety in jeopardy just to maybe get there a little cheaper? Nah. I don't need to see Maurice Jones-Drew 2.0 again. I don't. Give him his jersey and send him packing. Let's see what these two can do. And let's go from there. I don't think Doug Martin is the answer. I've never thought Doug Martin was any kind of an answer. If Doug Martin's the answer, man, I need to know what the fucking question is. Because if he's the answer, then I don't know what the question's apparently way off. That's all I gotta say. If he's the answer, the question's way the hell off. Way the hell off. Now make sure, like I mentioned earlier, you tune in tomorrow. Prime's going to be back with me. He'll be right here on the show with me for Ghost of the Post. We missed last week but because I was out of town on business. But we will be back next week. We're going to break down the last 2 weeks' picks, see what the standings are, and see who's ahead. I closed the gap a little bit on Prime, so we'll see how we do. Now, make sure you join us. We want you to make your picks as well with us as we roll through all of the picks for this coming week. We want all of your input and your comments and your picks in the comments as well. Hell no, Jack. He ain't even nearly close to being as good as beast mode. He's not even least mode. He's not even a mode. He needs to just go in mode he needs to get in is to go the hell away mode. Take notes from Rogers Cromartie, Doug Martin. I retire. Thank you for your time. Please. Please. I'm sorry. I'm not a Doug Martin fan. I don't think it was a good move. I thought Jalen Richard earned the start. He'd been number 2 behind beast mode. I thought he'd earned the start, and he should have got it. Instead, it was given to Doug Martin. Whatever. It is what it is. But, like I said, we got 2 raffles coming this week, so make sure you stop in Thursday, an hour before the game. We're going to have a pregame raffle. Be live with our halftime show and our postgame reaction. Sunday, we're going to have another raffle since we have no game on Sunday. And then on the 1st, we're going to drop our Thanksgiving contest, our gigantic raffle, where you can just earn your tickets into the raffle, and there'll be different ways to earn more tickets to get your name in the raffle more times for better chances to win all through the month. And we're going to draw the winner on Thanksgiving. All that info will be coming on November 1st. Just make sure you follow the page, and all the info will be there. All the info will be there. You'll be able to get your name in the raffle one time on November 1st, right out of the bat. If you're following the page and simple instructions, you can get your name in there the first time, so you've already at least know you're in once. And then, periodically stop in through the rest of the month. And like I said, hint, hint, make sure you stop in on Tuesday, the Raider Nation Report, because there's going to be extra special ways to get your name in there extra times. So you got extra chance to win the biggest Raider Reaction prize pack we've ever put together. Given away on Thanksgiving. A lot of vintage stuff, a lot of one-of-a-kind stuff. Raider Reaction swag, Raider Reaction t-shirts, bracelets, vintage cards, one-of-a-kind plaque, the shirt given to me by Derek Carr at the Pro Bowl, a lot of other stuff. So make sure you tune in. Now, those of you that have joined me before know that I like to end my solo segments with a little thing I like to call the WTF. Now, I understand passionate fans. Hell, I'm a passionate fan. I'm on here 5+ nights a week, doing 5+ shows a week, way more than that in season, and I do it all for the love of a team. So I understand being a passionate fan. Fan is short for fanatic. You're fanatical about your team. I understand. I get it. Hell, I'm a member of the Raider Nation. I bleed silver and black. I know what it's like to be the member of a die-hard fraternity or fandom. I get it. But Bills fans, you slam your women through tables in sub-zero temperature, off of motorhomes, cars, other people's backs. You do all sorts of lewd, lascivious acts in all sorts of places all around the parking lot. And then you've got all that shit. They're trying to ban tables. When they came to Jacksonville last season for the playoffs, Jacksonville tried to ban the sale of tables to anybody from out of town. But now they've got this new thing that seems to have popped up into their repertoire, which I don't really understand. They've seemed to added to the table smashing, the woman abusing, and all the other fun stuff that Bill's Mafia likes to participate in. They've also now added dildo tossing onto the field of play into their repertoire. It's an interesting touch. First off, I have to go back to at least your home at some point when you made the conscious decision to, I'm going to sneak this fake cock into a professional sporting event and throw it out on the field of play. Now, I'm going to carry this from my home in the vehicle, stash it on me through the tailgate, go through the ticketing line with said fake cock hidden upon thee, sit through half the fucking game waiting for your golden opportunity to hurl your fake phallic onto the field. What in the hell do you get out of that? This guy's now getting charged with a criminal act for doing this. Where, when, how, who the hell thinks? What the fuck? Seriously. Bill's Mafia. Y'all got fucking issues. That's why your asses are permanently glued to the fucking kiddie table. Your ass will never ever leave. Ever. Ever. Your 4-time asses will never ever ever leave the kiddie table. Ever. Your frozen tundra. No. 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 4 times. Since when did dildo tossing become something that, I don't know. Prime's here tomorrow night, so make sure you tune in, rip through all the predictions. We're going to go through the whole damn week of games. We're going to make our picks and get ready for the next week. Week 9 in the NFL. Let's get it. We got the toilet bowl. It's like we're sparring with the Niners right on the edge of the toilet bowl. Somebody's one jab, one nice clean hook away from going right in the shitter. That's what we're at. We're battling Thursday night right on the edge of the toilet. One of us is going in. Who's it gonna be? I know you'll be watching, and I will be too. Join me tomorrow night. Goes to the Post with Prime and the Commish. Until then, I'm out. Tomorrow, same Raider time, same Raider channel. Peace, love, Raider Nation!